are poised for a significant fillip. Our mission-based deployment enhanced Indian Navy's presence across the region, where our ships clocked over 8,000 days at sea this year. Similarly, our submarines were deployed extensively for over 650 days, and our aircraft collectively flew more than 10,000 hours. Credibility. Ladies and gentlemen, to give you an insight into our maritime neighborhood, the Indo-Pacific region, 62% of the world's GDP, 65% of the world's population, 50% of the global trade, and 7 of the top 10 export destinations are here. As far as security is concerned, 9 of the top 10 militaries of the world and 7 of the world's top 10 defense spenders reside in this region, which incidentally is also home to around 100 active conflicts, the most in the world. Therefore, to meet the existing threats and emerging challenges of the maritime domain, the Indian Navy needs to remain a credible maritime power in the region. Towards this, last year, we pursued credibility through enhanced reach, sustenance, deployments, and forward posturing, all of which enabled us to be the first responder, not just for contingencies in our country, but also for our friends and partners in the region. The Indian Navy has remained continuously deployed since 2008 to curb maritime piracy in the Gulf of Aden, with our 101st ship having sailed out just day before yesterday to carry out anti-piracy patrol in that region. At the same time, to ensure security of Indian trade through the Strait of Hormuz, 36 naval ships have been deployed off the strait under the aegis of Ops Sankalp and have escorted 453 Indian flag merchant vessels and 361 lakh tons of cargo since June 2019. In September this year, we also deployed our first unit as an associate support to the combined maritime forces.
For more on this, we're joined by our correspondent Shinjoy, who's going to get us the latest. Shinjoy, some very interesting key points that are being made. Can you take us through the same in terms of the fact that this address is happening, where one of the interesting facts is that the Navy to have women submariners next year?
Yes, this is something that has been talked about for a while, but for the first time, we are hearing when women officers will be inside submarines. And this, of course, is a very new development. There are very few countries with women submariners. And we heard the Navy Chief, Admiral Hari Kumar, say just now that there will be women officers in all branches of the Navy. One of those branches is the submarine branch. So very clearly next year, there will be women in submarines, women officers. When I say women, in this case, it is women officers who will be in submarines. It's a big step, and of course, it's a far-reaching development. Women officers, for the first time, will be in the submarines of the Indian Navy.
Right, that was my colleague Shinjoy. We appreciate you giving us your latest inputs on this big step that has been taken. But that is the latest that we can tell you in terms of the story that, it was being pointed out, the Navy to have women submariners next year. We'll, of course, continue to track that particular story as well. But on that front, that's all we have for you in this edition.